Alright, now let's play this by ear. It looks like the first time I started it up, we had drop frames. This is something that happens a lot. It's quiet compared to a lot of other streams. Okay, this is not good. I mean, I don't really know what would make it quiet. I can check the control panel and see I can see what's going on with my audio, but I mean, I don't understand. It should be good. The sound should be normal. Manage audio devices, recording, microphone, properties, levels. Yeah, it's changed itself down. That's really weird. But not a lot. I mean, I'm not sure that's what it is. It's from 100% down to 88. That's very odd how it does that by itself. Okay, now it's probably a little bit better. But most importantly, the fact is that we don't have drop frames like the first time I started the stream. It just went way up. Well, I mean, the setting was on 88 instead of 100 under microphone controls, and you know, you wouldn't think that like 88 as opposed to 100 would make like an epic difference, but it's some kind of bug in Windows audio that just puts it down from 100 to 88. Anyway, we've got no drop frames, so we're going to be able to start now. Okay, 40 minutes, 40 seconds. I've got to be very strict because I can't handle more than 25 players. Last time, again, I got in trouble. I got in trouble last time with too many players. I think in like 27 or something. So I've got to be strict with the time control. It's going to take about 3 hours. Let's get started. Is that a beer? Yeah, I wish it was a beer. Actually, I'm all out of beer at the moment. This is an iced tea. I've got iced tea. Oh, luckily there was nothing in that glass. I've got iced tea, water, and juice. So it's all natural, alcohol-free stream today. And let me start this puppy up. We've got a bunch of, obviously the subscribers I want to make sure get in. So if you're a subscriber and I don't recognize you, let me know. Internet Chess, I don't remember. I always think Internet Chess is a subscriber, but I'm not so sure actually. But we can't just sit around waiting for the subscribers. You guys have to be here on time, subscriber or not. I'm actually starting 5 minutes late. There's no excuse for not being here yet. If yes, you can enter. You can enter, don't do it again, but you're not allowed to beat me again. Alright. I'm going to take, I guess, all of these players as long as no one is, like, provisional. I mean, I would assume they would show up as provisional. See, like, Max Plunder has 27 games. I don't like to play new accounts. I'd wait for people to have, like, 50 games. That's basically my rule. I just took the Viavatra, Save a Dog. This is a new player. He has 31 games. Yeah, okay, he has like almost 50 games. I guess it's like marginal, but I hate accepting players who have no established account. You never know what they're going to do. If they're even going to stay through the whole simul, or if they're going to be like totally different strength than their real rating. Alright, Don't Do It is slowly going up. He's almost 2,300 now. Eidos Perpetual, we've played before. The Borg. If you guys have less than 50 games and I don't accept you for that reason, please don't take it personally. You know, make sure you have like 50 games and come back. If I don't have enough players, anyone hear about Atrophied? I don't really know what that situation is about. Saw something. I'm out of touch with this gossip mill here. Okay, 69 games, so he's barely got enough. A lot of new accounts here. I just have one account. QWERTY is obviously provisional. I mean, he does have technically, like, what is this? 74 chess games, so I guess I should accept him. He has 200 plus 960 games. Oh, really? Max Plunder? Oh, Accor. I'm sorry. Yeah, I should let him in. So, Lord Jesus Christ. World Loser, I didn't get you? That's 20. Alright, as long as everybody has 50 games. There was one guy from Russia who had like 46 games altogether, but I figured that's close enough. I just don't want people just making an account, you know, just to troll me on the Simul. Alright. 50 games is a little bit of an investment of time, you know. You put a little time into it. You don't want your account to be banned or something. We got 20 games. We're going to play 25. I'm going to give you guys like 3 more minutes. Serbia won against Hungary today in Eurobasket. I did not. Yeah, I wish I had time. I mean, I'm sure that Serbia is just better in basketball, probably, no question, hands down. Alright. The only sports that Hungary is really good at are water polo, and they're getting a little better at football now. But traditionally, water polo is the main one here. Handball, they're actually good in handball and water polo. Alright, GRSA says, thanks, big fan. We got room for 5 more players, but it's not absolutely forced. I'm going to wait 2 more minutes, and I'll start with 20 if I have to. Is the stream up on lichess? I haven't had a Simul in a while. We won by time. Alright, man. That's my least favorite way to win, but my least favorite way to lose. But yeah, we got almost enough. I'm going to start a couple minutes late, it looks like. Is this the same guy that was just challenging me a minute ago? No. Alright. I think Hungary probably does well in lots of hot dog pie eating contests. Dude, what is that supposed to mean? You're lucky I'm not Hungarian. I might be insulted. I don't know, man. I think Americans would probably do better. Based on several factors. Those are American foods, and people are generally fatter there. Lucas Doni, 2017. I remember when I first came to Hungary in 1996, like, there were no fat people at all in Hungary, which was kind of weird, you know, seeing that as an American where obesity is a serious problem. But things have changed, you know, the whole world has junk food now. So, alright. Lucas Doni, 1600. The second highest rate per capita for gold medals. Is that right? Are you talking about chess? Maybe. Mikor Kezudi, QWERTY, just about now. We're about to start. As soon as I get one more player. Alright. The Hill of Hellstones. Okay, guys, I just want you to know before we start, I'm not taking any more players now, unless someone drops out. I want to know before we start that everybody is going to be in for the long haul here. Nefedov, what are you doing, man? Nefedov, because you're a subscriber, I will take you, but, you know, Nefedov, where are you? I didn't really want to have to play 26. Nefedov, are you here? Because I will wait for Nefedov. He is a subscriber. And he's asking that the stream actually, he's the one that's been asking that the stream start a little bit later. Effie, are you here, dude? Come here. Man, I'm surprised that Bob Sakamano didn't get nailed by Mubot. Is Mubot not working or something? Did I disable Mubot? Come to think of it. What's wrong with Mubot? Why is it not working? Mubot, where are you? September 9th, Mubot will go down for some scheduled maintenance. That was September 9th. Where's Mubot? Mubot should be working. Actually. Mubot. Where is Mubot? It doesn't seem like he's doing anything today. You said bastard. That's pretty serious crime. Guys, I can't take all these players. Aldisto, you're late. And Nefedov, Nefedov is a subscriber, so I'm going to start with 26. I'm sorry, Aldisto, but I can't play 27 players. I shouldn't even play 26. But Nefedov was challenging me before all you guys, other guys showed up, and I said I would play him. All right, so it's already, last week was 27, and it was too much for me. I want to just keep it under control. So, what am I thinking about playing knight c3 for? You guys, we are starting late. We're starting 15 minutes late, so nobody can complain that, oh, you know, you didn't let me play. Basically, I really like favoring Nefedov here because he's a subscriber, but if not, I wouldn't let him in for sure. You know, he was like 10 minutes after the starting time. But as I said, he, you know, did ask that we make the stream starting later, so I feel kind of sorry for him. Anyway, I'm mixing up different stuff. Nefedov says, I'm leaving in 10 minutes. We'll be on my mobile device on the train. Please tell me that means like you can get back after you leave. Otherwise, it would have been kind of weird to let you in. But anyway, even if you don't make it back, we still took one player more than we were supposed to. I really can't play more than 25. Let's do it. Alright, this time control is designed for 3 hours of play. Ignach Mate. Nefedov. Okay, the Borg. The reverse Grob. The Grob with h6 and g5. It could also be some kind of Scandinavian name, I suppose. Save a dog. Well, my normal repertoire here. Let's play b5 just for fun. Borkro, you're white in some games and black in some games. Is it possible you will play against you? No, it is not possible. But to answer, you know, another point there related to your question, traditionally, it is not usual for a master to give simuls with both colors or even black at all. Traditionally, it's normal to play white on all boards, but I do this for fun. I really, you know, designed the simul mostly to have fun, and so, you know, it's kind of interesting for me too. It gets less tedious, you know, if you have different kind of openings and stuff. So, if I was interested in the maximum result, you know, to be traditional, we would play white on all boards, not Borgs. Anyway, I'm sorry about Aldis though, not letting him in, but I really can't play more than 25, and I was just pulling my hair out to let Nefedov in. Plus, there was a whole list of other players there. So, next time, Aldis though. Let's play the Trompowski. I really never played that opening, but for something different and totally cool. Anyway, welcome guys to my stream. International Master Willam Paschall. We'll try a Queen takes d5 against I'm a Kitty. I do play, the Borg is... I forgot I played the modern defense there. Well guys, I do a stream 6 days a week basically. Every day but Saturday. And what we're doing is Blitz and Classical Chess most weekdays. On Tuesdays we're going to have sort of regular subscriber tournament. And on Thursdays, usually I have not just subscriber tournament, I should say a viewer tournament. And on Thursdays, a subscriber stream. Okay, Lord Jesus Christ. Let's play the Panov. I actually don't have a great score of the Panov here, I think, in my simuls. Normally, we're supposed to start at 6 o'clock. I am starting late. We're going to be running a little bit long here. Sergey played the Panov against me. Got knight c6. I get that a lot, Bob. I'm a Kitty. Okay, I have played the Queen d6 Scandinavian a little bit. This week, you know, I blocked Aldisto on purpose because I didn't want too many strong players. No, I'm just kidding. We've got at least one really strong player here, and don't do it again. We don't have that many high-rated players this week. I think last week, Last week was a little tougher. Last week was pretty brutal, in fact. I feel like... What's this move knight b6 about? Ignace Mate. Weird opening by Quirt2534 here. What's his real strength? It says 12, 20 question mark, but it's hard to judge. He's got 1700 in anti-chess. What does that mean? I guess it's a good question. He's already playing anti-chess of sorts here. What a weird opening. I would call that anti-chess, actually. Okay, the h5 from Max Blunder. I think seeing this h5 makes me want to react in the center and get as much space as I can. Never mind, we must fight. I could win 16 games today. Last week I really struggled. Actually, the last couple of weeks I really struggled here. Last couple of weeks, I really need to bang out the openings, you know, not to get into kind of time pressure. Bob, that's an interesting line you got going on there. Here against Idos Perpetua, I haven't seen him in a while. We could play knight e4. But that's not a move that I really subscribe to that often, you know, kind of lunging out with the knight. It doesn't feel like it's very constructive. So this is a big question here, this game, against Ignace Mate. Wonder, Ignace Mate, where are you from? The spelling is not Hungarian, but the name, you know, could be. Alright, d5, bishop g5. I've been living in Hungary for like 13 years now. And so I'm like kind of a transplanted Hungarian almost. But my speak is not so good. My Hungarian language is not so good. So I'm not going to be doing any streams in Hungarian anytime soon. That's okay. Don't do it. Queen c2, very strange opening from Dilyavatra. He's avoiding theoretical paths here. Let's try to be classical, I guess. If we're going to play against the weird opening, try to take advantage of it. Guys, this lasts about 3 hours. Yeah, they're threatening a serious thing here. So that position has some similarities with another Alekhine line. Bob Sakamano, there's an interesting variation where black like is allowed to go knight b4 in this. I've seen before. I hope I didn't just screw up. Well, I think that's a line, knight b4, knight a3, actually. I'm not a big fan of putting my knight on a3. I wonder if we should try to take advantage of Quirt here. He's an anti-chess player. Should we try to play d5? Or just let him have his weird opening? Good question, and I have no answer. Scholar's Mate. Yeah, it's actually a pretty common, you know, thing to run into. That idea in the Alekhine's defense in general exists already, you know, some lines. Okay, interesting. So this guy, who I can't pronounce, played the fantasy variation of the Caro-Kann, which is a pretty weird line. An answer to my Trompowsky, knight e4. d6 now from Don't Do It. Move order is, well, I guess there's nothing special for me to do here. So anyway, guys, Tuesday will be sort of viewers tournament. Thursday, subscriber stream. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is like normal, just streams where I'm doing Blitz and Classical Chess. Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings at 10 a.m., including tomorrow. I'm streaming. And otherwise, in the evening, at this time, will be the streams. So let's get down to business here, trying to beat all you guys. We don't have as many high-rated players as usual this week. I want to play an e5. I'm playing like Hateful Fisher in the 2000s. Robert. Okay, now knight c3, knight b4, castles. That's a really weird line. Knight c3, knight b4, castles, knight c2. I saw a crazy game. Knight c2, knight h4. Knight takes a1, knight takes f5, and then does that make sense? I don't know. Don't ask me. I can just castle. Okay, so I'm a kitty. This is a queen d6 Scandinavian. I lost a few of those in my life so far. This is a weird setup from the board. a3, bishop b2. It looks really slow. So I'm going to go with d5 there. Nefedov. Might as well just play my normal stuff against him. Alright, not many high-rated players this week. It's kind of, maybe I get a break this week. d5. Yeah, so don't do it goes into normal Botvinnik variation. I don't know if I can try to do something weird like e3. Not really recommended, I guess. Okay, Sergey. You know, should I play bishop g4 against Sergey? I never really know. It's not a bad approach. It's very solid for black. It's world loser. Modern / Benoni. QWERTY. I mean, this looks like he's really pushing the envelope here, as they say. The envelope. Let's go for it. Basically, Divyabatra is just trying to play like some kind of reversed, you know, it's a reversed Philidor. I guess there's nothing really wrong with it. Particularly the move Queen C2 doesn't have a tremendous amount of significance. So I lost to Levente Vida. But it was different. He didn't play Queen C2. It's more of a classical sort of position. Okay, Ida's Perpetua transposes to the Tory attack. This is... what to call this? What do we call this opening? It's kind of interesting, actually. I would say interesting setup. The Borg is basically playing Cole-Kotanowski system. And I don't know, you know, how can I engineer C5? I can't really play that. Unless I play B6, which is what I just did. And Savadog tries to get into kind of King's Indian land here with E4. So I think I have to play D5. Well, you could do a double fianchetto with black too. Something more passive. But I'm going to play D5. Nefedov, classical dragon. And I'm a Kitty plays the best line. Well, one of the best lines anyway. G3. Here. Now I have to remember how I lost to Christian Sabo really badly. I did something terribly wrong in that game. 10 years ago, I played this Queen D6 Scandinavian in a handful of games. 92 from Les Ceylons. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just do my best. Where does this knight go? You know, I can take and play Queen H4 check, then Knight G3. It's pretty odd. Knight F6 just encourages E5. So I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of confused here as to what to do. We win a pawn on E5. Never refuse free material. This against Lord Jesus Christ is an interesting position. I was just talking about this with one of my students. Xerox. I played the Scandinavian with Knight F6 against a pretty strong player in this case. Divyabatra, you're playing now more like a 3-year-old Fischer. I don't think Bobby even knew how. He just put them in his mouth at that point. I don't think he knew how to play when he was 3. He wasn't such a young child prodigy. All right. Ida's Perpetual playing a sort of quiet Tory attack where you don't play E4. I don't know what to do with that, really. Double fianchetto, probably reasonable. Transposing to the... Well, d6 is also possible here against World Loser. Maybe that's a little bit better move order. Now the Borg tries to go with the reverse. Sorry, he's trying to go into double fianchetto type of setup. That's weird. Kind of makes me want to play bishop a6. Not sure if this is good or not. But it's crazy though. Crazy looking. Okay, max blunder now with knight c6. It's getting to be a little more like my other game with Bob Sacamano, Soltigo. I've got a standard King's Indian here. And now a3. I've taken away my retreat square, so now my bishop is really called into question. Not sure. I guess we go here. Okay, GRSA. Got to check on d3. So Ignat is in trouble. I have the funny move here, bishop c5, but it doesn't do anything. It just takes my knight off. And an S. I forgot you're even in the simul. So we do have a couple players over 2,000. Now there's the move e4. I know that exists in theory, but it seems a little bit generous to give black, just give black a pawn. Bob, what are these weird links? Oh, these are photos. Take care. Okay. You can, I guess you can check, you can trust Bob's. I have a photo from the New York Masters. They probably borrowed my photo from somewhere else. I doubt I have like a unique photo from the New York Masters. I don't remember that. If there is one, I don't think I've seen it before. They probably borrowed it, yeah. They just stole the picture from the U.S. Championship. You don't have to put my pictures on there, man. I don't like them all, you know. Alright. What am I doing here? I need to play d5. I don't like the New York Masters picture. It's from the U.S. Championship. I have e5, e6. e5, e6. Nothing special with that here. 5 takes. Knight g4, e6. Now hold on a second here. e4, take. Maybe this is good. Yeah, I guess this is okay. Double fianchetto. Now hold on a second. Speaking of hold on, I have queen e6 check. Actually, does that make any sense at all to play queen e6 check? It makes some sense. Queen e6 check. It's a good question. Am I supposed to play queen e6 check? Doesn't seem right. Alright. So basically don't do it in IR in standard kind of theory there. Max blunder. This h5 should cost him time. Same time I want to get my pawn back. So he plays h4, I can just play pawn takes h4. Nefedov was trying to play some classical dragon, but f3 is a weird move. In either the classical or like trying to turn this into a Yugoslav attack. I guess it's playable, but the bishop on e2 isn't very good. Hill of Hellstones played everyone's favorite move, bishop e5. which isn't really theory, but everyone plays it. And then we've got this Petrosian King's Indian here from Soltigo. Okay. Alright, now this is a weird position against, let's say Lens. Alright. Don't ask me to pronounce anything in French. I never did study French, so I have to be forgiven. Ananas, once I played Bishop G3 against Martin Senf, but I really don't think that's a big deal. Bishop G4 against World Loser, some sort of, what is this? This is a bad ending after Bishop G4? Bishop G4, pawn takes C5, it's some Smyslov game, I believe. You know, wonder if you could play Queen A5 in this position. How bad would that be? But anyway, I don't know, and I don't care. I'm just gonna get on with it. Knight BD2, Knight BD7. I'm playing some positions for the first time here. Now, Diviavacha with a very, very weird kind of hybrid, which I doubt is right. Ananas. How many times I played that against the very annoying player on the Internet Chess Club. The Lasker variation of the Queen's Gambit, one of many good systems. Now here I have made mistakes in the past in playing this type of formation. We could play knight e5, followed by bishop d7, rook c8, or just bishop d7. We can play knight takes d4 and bishop e6. Okay, don't do it to d5. I don't think that most players... yeah, actually, this is... it's a line. Interesting, knight g3. A very interesting move. Alright. I've played g6 and e6 here. e6 is a little bit different. You think queen e6 is weak, don't do it again. Well, I mean, I think that everything's probably better for white there, but I'm not sure I want to play the queen d6 Scandinavian on a regular basis. I was looking at it with the engine the other day, and interestingly, Bob Suckerman has played this kind of standard setup here. The engine, Stockfish, it's funny, it thinks that queen d8 and queen d6 are better than the traditional queen a5 in the Scandinavian. One would think, I want to be a little incisive here. How can I be a little bit incisive? Something like queen h4, getting my guy in the game. Queen h4, g3, that's a good line for white. Get the queen in the game. Okay, now, the board just ignored my bishop on a6. It's like, screw that, I don't care. I've got to sort of shore this up. Maybe. If I play knight e3... I mean, this is, I thought, kind of standard. Looks like there's going to be some tough games today. whether we like it or not. Okay, Internet Chess played knight d5, which I did not count on. Considering taking on f3 here. Okay, Xerox took forever on his move, knight f3. Did we lose Nefedov? Is he out of the simul or is he still in? Does anybody know? Standard Queen's Gambit here. GRSA. He's played c6 though. Yeah, that should favor me. Hill of Haltones. I've learned my lesson in these lines. Enough is enough. I don't necessarily have to play e4 against Nixer. Nubat is here, and I was a little worried Nubat might be dead or something. Didn't react when Bob typed in bastard. I thought maybe that would be in its library of like banned words, but I guess not. It is in the dictionary. Okay, I wasn't sure what would happen when Nefedov gets disconnected, but I guess the game just stays there. I'm gonna have to play quickly, not to get in time pressure. Here he has queen takes d5, knight takes e5. So takes. He's losing a pawn, no? No. Why am I having these strange hallucinations? We should try to maintain this space advantage, I guess. Yeah, maybe bishop f4. Feels right, but it's kind of complicated against that particular opponent. Okay, Ananas just in the standard position for that line. Now I don't really know what to do here. And I think e6 is maybe a mistake. e5. I know e6 isn't that bad, but he has knight e4 or bishop e4. Okay, it can't hurt to play h6 against Ito's Perpetual. I'm a kitty. This is a very dangerous line for black, and I have to be careful. What am I doing? Should I consider b4? Well, not yet. It's as far as I know, this is White's absolute best theoretical recommendation. What I'm a Kitty is playing here, according to theory, is the absolute best. Now against Bob, I don't know. I really don't know what the best is here for me. Bishop g5 I've played before. Doesn't look very... It actually doesn't look very appealing. Although I have bishop takes g5. Bishop takes e7 maybe there. Let's see. So I thought this would happen. Queen e4 check. I wonder if this is even a good idea, what I did with the queen out early. Okay, I never played the Trompowsky, so that game is kind of critical for me. Nefedov transposing, I'm sorry, Soltico transposing to a line that I do know pretty well. Knight d7 from Lord Jesus Christ. Have we played this position before? Because I can't recall. Okay, I don't like this exchange by Ito's Perpetual here. It Doesn't seem necessary. Amma 3 took a million years on their move. H5, E6, queen takes C4, 95 here. We're just not any of the above. I'm just going to take the pawn. Now world loser with F3. Same as Nefedov, but he's played C4. Same type of position. Okay, Soltigo. Bishop G5. Why am I not used to seeing that? Should be a normal move. But my knight is on C5 prematurely here. What else can I do? He's induced my knight to C5 prematurely. If you guys, yes, if you do, as Bat said, enjoy the stream, please subscribe. Hill of Helltone, sacking a pawn. Okay. Bob with rook E8. I was analyzing some Steinitz games last night from 150 years ago. And what's interesting is how, really, you know, how fantastically Steinitz played. I mean, he almost played with perfect computer accuracy 150 years ago. It's pretty insane. Okay, world loser. This almost looks like an Alekhine's defense now with white playing knight e5. Could it be like a transposition to the Alekhine's defense? Rook e1. Threatening d5. I think I'm supposed to play like bishop d6 or something. Allow d5. Bishop d6, d5, bishop takes f4. Some kind of Satovsky game that was very important that I recall in this line. Bishop d6, pawn takes, bishop takes, queen takes. Huh. Yeah, this move actually... I'm not really sure. I can't remember the theory. It was 10 years ago that I really studied it. And save a dog with c4. I don't know, that seems kind of weird to me. Max Blunder playing queen d5. Which is an interesting move. An interesting move. Played h5. I mean, that move clearly has to be a waste of time here. Queen d3. Queen d3, knight b4, queen d1. And then he has other crazy and annoying plans of like queen f5 or something. It's really strange. Perhaps I should play knight bd2. Something along those lines. Queen a4 seems to waste time. This is a strange game, man. How can I not be better here? With white and black playing h5 and I still can't find a good move. Queen d5. Wasting too much time. All right, this is a solid position. Hyper accelerated dragon. Have I played that with him? No. The board gets the castle finally. Edis Perpetua gave up his dark scored bishop. I don't think he has a lot of compensation for that. He does have some space though. Now, Amma played d3. So this is really classical. Very, very popular at the moment, by the way. All right. Nefedov trying to kill me here. Right, I'm a little skeptical. Okay, now, don't do it. I have rook b1. Getting off the long diagonal. Now e6 from Lord Jesus Christ, that's okay. We're a loser. Queen d2. I play like traditionally. Bishop f4 runs into knight h5. I have to play this. And Ananas, I guess this is not the main line, b6. Kramnik may have played this in his match with the computer. One of these like Fritz Kramnik matches. Or Kramnik versus some computer. Kramnik used this line with black. Basically. Bishop b4, max blunder. Alright, I'm gonna castle. I'm not so used to playing the black side of of the Joko, honestly. Really weird position here. Now I guess I push to d4. I think otherwise white would have a structural advantage. But you know, when you think about it, maybe it's not so good for me if I push the pawn to d4. Not sure if I should do that or not. Certainly not absolutely necessary. I don't know. That guy who's like 1300 starting to scare me. Now we have one of these tactic kind of things. Bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, knight takes d5, queen takes d5. What am I thinking? Nothing like on discoveries. Maybe a3, then knight a5. Knight h4 doesn't do anything. Ananas says Yusupov suggested the Lasker system. Yeah, man. I mean, that he played it all his life. He's an expert. One of the biggest experts in that opening. Absolutely. Now, I think here I have to play like take everything and f5, f4. Happy to trade queens when I'm up a pawn in that game. And now against don't do it. My a2 pawn is hanging, so that is an issue. Queen a4, I guess. Knight d4 loses for me, of course. Don't do it has tricks already, or does it? Queen a4, knight d4, queen takes, knight takes e2 check, king h1, bishop takes d7, rook takes b7. What's actually going on there at the end of the day? It's sort of difficult to say. that rhymes, but it wasn't intentional. Maybe rook e1 or something like that, just dropping this pawn. And I think he's gonna take it. Maybe it would be in my best interest to just play c4 and not mess around here. Alright, so now, this is a weird game. Sergei maneuvering, that looks good, very logical. I'm burning a little bit too much time, I feel like, in this simul now. I guess I would have been better off with a little bit of beer or other alcoholic beverage. Make me relax and just play naturally. Bishop g5 now. This guy's 1,000 and he's playing like this? What are you talking about? Alright, Mr. 1,000. You don't play like you're 1,000. Now bishop g5. Probably we play h6 and then adjust. Lord Jesus Christ, this is like very solid style from what I've seen. Yeah, basically this looks like an Alekhines defense by transposition against Xerox. Okay, this player, again, you know, what do I know? You know, again, it's like a player with no games, and I let them in. This was a mistake. I mean, I definitely shouldn't let this player in. It was not really thinking. They have probably less than, you know, less than 20 games, and I'm getting trolled here by a strong master or something. I don't know. Could be. Let's see. Okay, so he's threatening some kind of crap with like knight c3 now. Not really playing this opening on a regular basis. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that. I think we just play g5 when it comes down to it. Here, yeah, I mean, this opening is ridiculously solid for the second player, as they call him. Bishop takes d2, my queen is dropping. The 1,000 player. Bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, knight h4, bishop takes f6, nothing. I've got nothing with bishop f6 unless I have a discovery, and I don't see it. Oh, I have queen b3, okay. Should be good. Pretty good King's Indian looking formation here. Well, now Sergei's weakening his queen side a little bit. Not sure if it's good or not. He's got that bishop on f3. This reminds me of some master I played on lichess at one point. But something very, very similar going on. Solid position here as well for the second player. Knight b5, maybe. It's kind of like, why not, you know? Alright. We've sent him back temporarily. Temporarily sent him back, but I need to get my knight out into the game. So we go with the very exciting, and I hope he doesn't have some sort of piece sacrifice there. Knight e5, queen d3, a3. Hard for him to challenge the knight on e5. Now here maybe king e7. Although maybe not. So h3, a slightly weakening move for our esteemed colleague. Now f5. No. All right. Time will become an issue here. The Borg is 1661. Played a very original opening. Going against... wow, he took on g5. Soltigo. I don't think anyone's ever done that before. And then d5 was played. This looks like some Grandmaster analysis, basically. Grandmaster analysis. As I said before, I think it's a Satovsky game that's very similar to that. Knight b3. Challenging my knight. Alright. What else can we do, objectively? Bishop takes d2. Bishop takes d2, all forced. And then this position, which is weird. f5. I can castle here, which is a crazy move. Not that crazy, actually. I mean, maybe it's not a bad idea. Taking on e6 is... everyone's taking everything. So once again, this player, queen f2 now. What's that about? Why queen f2? I was terrified he has f5 here. You know, I started to go into like panic mode subconsciously. Alright. Wow, Ananas he just played c5 anyway. Okay. Knight f8, maybe? Where would my knight go in the future if I do that? I mean, I'm serious about this piece sacrifice on f5. Maybe I should play bishop h4. But I don't really like that either. I'm serious. I think that f5 was possible. I think he could have sacrificed the piece last move. And he's like still threatening it. f5. Pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. I mean, maybe I can play like knight f8 and king d7 or something. I really don't have another suggestion. I don't like that, though. Maybe bishop h4. Stopping it for good. Now I can castle, allowing my pawn structure to be decimated. Or I can play b4. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes knight. Pawn takes pawn, check. b4, knight, a4, queen, b5. That looks like the Satovsky analysis. But it's probably just a very similar position, not exactly the same. What I'm thinking of. Queen d7 perhaps rather than... yeah, queen e8 is okay. Excuse me for coughing on you guys. I've got really bad... the background noise is the fan. Yeah, it's extremely hot here. This location upstairs in my office, until like the end of September, we might need a fan. a3. Alright, I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. C3, threatening queen B3. He's also threatening D4. I don't really have an answer for that. I think I have to develop quickly. Which is possible to play G5. It's crazy though. Maybe it's necessary. I don't know. I don't really like it, but sometimes we just have to do stuff we don't like. And I don't have anything here against this guy. This did not really work out. I don't love my position too much. I don't feel like white has any advantage here whatsoever. Probably slightly worse. F5. And now B4 on the queen side. We should be able to get a knight to C4. This is 100% transposition to the Alekhine's defense now. It looks like knight B6. I mean, if I have to play C6, it definitely transposes. What other move do I have? Bishop E6, perhaps. Okay, so Bob just lost his central pawn, which is good for me. And now this one, 2 bishops versus 2 knights. We need to reorganize our bishops. Played queen E2, hitting my guy on A6. That piece has to redeploy. Okay, ananas. Now queen D3. Now my E5 pawn is hanging, but that shouldn't be a problem. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more Blitz and Classical Chess. What, like Bishop B2? Or should I play something else? Maybe E3? Weakening myself on the diagonal? I may have to play E4 actually. I don't like playing E4 though. It's not something I really want to do. Queen A4. Again, loses a pawn. Or does it? It doesn't necessarily lose a pawn, but I'm not sure it's a good move in general. E3 is interesting. Maybe that just wastes time. Kind of a risky move, might get me in trouble. Okay, again the board can't castle in his game. I need to prepare myself for D4 now against Amma. We're winning against Bob. That's the only game where I'm clearly like winning thus far. And the question has been called. It's not really threatening anything. What, like knight h1? I don't even know if I should take this piece. I mean, this guy, we have no idea how good he is. His rating is totally random. But how are you 1365? He's got all these crazy one-game ratings. He seems pretty good, though. I don't really know what to do with him. I gotta pay attention to that game. Pawn up there, I guess I'm winning that as well. I'm a kitty playing 27 moves of theory in the Queen d6 Scandinavian. Sacking a piece here now. Pawn takes. Pawn takes, pawn check. I don't know if I really have a choice anymore. Pawn takes, pawn check. Maybe king f8, actually. Looks sort of suicidal. But maybe not. It does look marginally suicidal. Okay. We will do our best. Now in this position, I don't know. My intuition was to retreat my knight and go in through c4. I guess we don't have too much time to mess around. Ananas with a slightly theoretical Lasker variation there. And I don't know. I don't feel like I got anything out of the opening against Ananas. Thank you guys for watching and playing. We had a slightly lower rated field than last week, but I feel like there's a lot of tough games anyway. Alright, Bob. I don't know what's going on here. I just want to keep it kind of simple. I thought there was going to be d4 in that game. I don't know about black c4. Don't do it moving very quickly. I don't know what my follow-up is here, really. Bishop b2 takes on e5. Just make a waiting move. When in doubt, we have a strong center. Into the endgame there, with a better structure, so to speak. But I don't know how relevant that really is. Now against I'm a Kitty, I was actually thinking of king f8, but that's not possible, so I have to play this. I guess I'm just getting checkmated by force against I'm a Kitty, who just happens to know all the theory in that line I played. Knight or queen? Could take with the knight. It's not really doing anything there. Save a dog. Saving his pawn structure rather than dogs. Internet chess going after my strong point. Get a Steinitzian type of position there. Again, c6 transposes to Alekhine theory, but I do have c5. Trying for more. But then he has queen b3, which is interesting. Trying to take on b7. c5, queen b3, takes on d4, takes on b7, takes on e5. Actually looks pretty good for me. Should we go there? Blockade. He's trying to take my pawn away. Dude, that is not nice. Do not take my pawn away. You know, now I may be forced to play e4 against don't do it. I don't think there's a choice anymore. In this game, I don't want to trade my dark squared bishop. World Losers Transposed. Probably some old standard games in this line. Nefedov takes on h5. Which, you know, I don't know what's going on here. Knight h5, though. I've got the pawn cube. Pawn cube basically can't lose. I'm not sure that the pawn cube is the best move. I just couldn't resist playing it, essentially. Now knight c5. The c3 pawn looks a little bit weak for white. Go knight c8, knight d6. But first we should apply some pressure. Okay, now he's threatening to do bad things to me. So we're going to play h4. Black actually, you know, has a disadvantage on the queen side here. This is funny. He does have a queenside majority. I'm up 2 pawns on the other side, though. Alright. Bishop h6 with attacking chances. Or shall we pursue another avenue? Like what? h4, h5? What about developing my pieces? Now he goes back. Queen b6. I don't like the last couple of moves from that opponent. Doesn't seem right. f4 gets kind of weird. This is a very weird ending as it is already. I guess it doesn't really matter what I do there. As far as moving the queenside pawns. Guys, I'm getting in a little bit of time pressure, so things could get kind of complicated at any moment. At any moment. And Nefedov, oh no, not Nefedov, Soltigo with f4 trying to impale me, basically. Rook e1. Right, now I knew I could, you know, could be facing that, but I didn't see you had knight takes e3, which was bad calculation on my part, mister. I could be in a lot of trouble now. In fact, I most certainly am. I did not see this possibility. I should have played a4 right away. Ended up wasting a massive tempo. Now I don't know if I can even survive this. That is bad. I can't afford to lose another pawn. Sergey. Against Sergey, this knight, you know, could be useful in defense. I was thinking about knight c8, knight here. The other knight could be useful for defense too, for that matter. I don't know. Alright. Take, take. Weird endgame there. White played queen e3, which is getting really weird. We should really be striking at the center now. Manually castling. And then in this game, I think I have to be careful about, you know, exchange sacrifices on e6. Now he played c5. That could be a good move, but it could also be an error. There is a bug on me. Welcome, guys. A handful of deaths already. What are you talking about, Florida? I thought that was a violent way of talking about my simul. Not good. One good thing about living in Hungary is that we don't have a lot of hurricanes here. And I am in a lot of trouble here. f4 with the idea of king g6, g4, f5, etc., etc. What a strange endgame. The 1000 is not really a realistic rating for this opponent. I don't know. Probably playing this wrong. Maybe f5. We'll just go for it. He does have knight b5, but then knight a6. But is f5 a tactical mistake? Very likely. I'd have to take with the queen. How bad is that? Maybe not so bad. Alright, this looks pretty good to me now. I was scared in the opening that it was possibly a very, very underrated player, but he's playing pretty normally now. We're focusing better. Our jet lag is still there. I need an excuse at all times. Alright. So, capture toward the center. I could take the other way. Maybe it's safer to take the other way, actually. I'm not really sure. May in fact be safer. The other way his queenside gets kind of dangerous. E4, F4, F4, F5. H5 is interesting. Feels like kind of a waste of time. This is one of the strangest endings I ever had, I think. I mean, just letting his knight in the board? In the board. In the game, even. Seems like a big mistake. Yeah, I'm just like losing immediately against I'm a Kitty. I don't know what I was thinking, really. I had some kind of terrible hallucination. I mean, I was actually sitting there thinking I could play like King F8 or something. It just loses outright. I'm just losing right away. Last time I beat I'm a Kitty, and now like I got mauled. I'm just getting mated. I mean, there is no move. King F8. You know, I wasn't seeing this basically when I went into this variation. I just wasn't seeing Queen D8 check. But I mean, I think I might have been in trouble already. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm supposed to castle, obviously. After D takes E6, castles, but then E7, you know, looks kind of dangerous. So I was unsure about what was going on, but I'm out of my mind to play it the way I played it is just suicide. So be it. We committed harikiri here. Hirikiri. It's suicide. It's just mate. Doesn't really matter where I go. I might as well go out in the middle. I lose all my pieces. I just resign. Good game, I'm a Kitty. So, knight d3. I don't think you're a kitty. Now black's threatening to threaten me. I can defend. My king needs to get closer to the center here. This is a very, very bad situation. I can't protect A4 and blockade as well. Knight D3, C4, the pawn just lunges forward. Maybe knight C1, but then bishop C6, and I'm probably just lost. I'd have to find very precise moves to even have a chance to save this. So we lost badly trying to play the Queen D6 Scandinavian. White knew the best line, and I forgot something because it was over in like less than 20 moves. The last time I played that, the same thing happened. It was a GM though. Knight c2 loses a pawn. Try to put my knight on c5 or something. I don't have another idea there. Hanging pawns. This knight on h1 is definitely not well placed. Now don't do it. Very solid. Look how solid he is. We've got a protected pass pawn, but it's not all that devastating. This is starting to look pretty good. We lost one, and I'm sure it won't be the only one today. Save a dog. Should I play a5, a4? That was my plan. Knight f1. And I want to get my king in the game. I want to blockade his stuff too. Knight f1 is a sophisticated looking move. Yeah, I'm in trouble here, obviously. You know, knight c5, I was thinking of. It gets a little complicated after that. This I did not bargain for. But that's it, man. That's life. We're going to have to sort of give him some initiative here. Speaking of moves I didn't bargain for. Queen a4. The height of weirdness. I could play queen b5, or any number of moves actually. I mean, you could play bishop d7, knight takes d7, king takes d7 like it was a winnower. I'm not sure if that's healthy for my king in the long run. Bishop d7 takes, knight takes d7. It's pretty normal. Bishop b7. Not really a good square for the bishop to go to. He has queen b3 maybe. Alright, too much time is too much time. Yeah, this is not an 1,000 player. It's like ridiculous. Alright. Now Ananas is all... He's all over my c pawn. f4. e4, e5. The problem is that he's threatening to play like king f8, king e7, king d6. Play knight takes. Now again, white will have these piece sacrifice possibilities in that weird game. Okay, so here we can induce some weaknesses. White and black's king side. 1,000, dude. To the 1,000. International 1,000. Dude, come on. Why do I have to get trolled here? He wants to take that knight. Fine, you can have it. F4. I think I'm too slow there. Bishop D3. White is down a piece in this position. I mean, that really shouldn't be enough. How do we want to recapture here? With a rook? Either recapture isn't really optimal. I'd rather take with a piece, but then my rook is kind of awkward there. It's a little more solid, maybe. Now, I don't know about c5. Very committal. Watch out for exchange sacrifices on e6. We have to play this now. Not really happy about that position. Whereas against Nefedov, I think, you know, we're kind of out of the woods here as far as danger is concerned. Trading queens is normally a good thing in an ending. In the dragon like that. He took it off. Now it's tough to decide which way to recapture. I don't have too big advantage now. It's greedy capture on h2 there. Fast can I get my king to the center? I will actually have a passed pawn of my own. King f2, take. I'm going to have to play g3 at some point. I hope I'm not miscalculating something in that one. I'm also worried about queen h4 from this opponent. I've got to watch out for that. That shouldn't be anything earth-shaking. So 15 moves seems almost like a trick out of the opening. You never studied that? Man, that's unbelievable. Alright. I can stop his pawn, but it may not be enough. We will see. It's very similar to a Satovsky game that I was talking about, but I haven't looked at it in a long time, obviously. Most people, you know, not that well prepared. We are up a piece here, for whatever it's worth. Queen G's. We don't have knight a6 anymore if this becomes a target, so... We can put pressure on the center, though. I've got to be a little bit careful about this, actually, because of rook f3, rook g3. Which could be really nasty, but I don't think he has that right away. Bishop h4. Queen b7. We just got a really good position here now. Sergey dropped a pawn. I don't know. Take with a rook and pin ourselves. I have this Gingiashvili type of throat clearing thing going on. Really bad allergies. Fortunately, I'm not sneezing hysterically. Wow. Ananas. I might be okay here, but I'm not certain about it. Maybe I'm not okay. I might lose a pawn. I can probably afford to like go down a pawn in some bishop endgames and still draw against Ananas. Rook c2, this almost looks like a normal move. But it's not the same as like the normal position where you do that, I think. Not quite the same. Maybe World Loser remembers that idea from somewhere. Really, we're owning the center here after d4. Check. Gives us a little more space. But I'm not sure what the plan is really in this position. Queen b2 check. I actually have a bad bishop. Should probably like just oppose the file. Now I play king takes d7. He's threatening to win. But if king e3, bishop takes g2, king d4, he's gonna lose that pawn. So we can probably be okay there. That's an extremely weird move. I have to get on record as saying that. b4, you know, looks like Dilyavatra is taking drugs. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand what he's trying to do with that, and I can't figure it out. He wants to play knight a3. He wants to stop knight c5. Feels like a very strange idea. Bishop f4. Good move. Except for the fact that it's not a good move. I have queen b4. And that seems to defend my piece there. Knight a2 on the side. This opening was so weird. I was basically terrified. I mean, he had a piece sacrifice at one point around move 13 or so, where I thought I might even be lost. And now it's all falling apart for white in this position. We could check him. You know, always check. It might be mate. We get control of e5. We should be good to go. Queen c3 check. Yeah, he grabbed his pawn. We go here. I could play bishop g4 check first, but I don't think that's advantageous necessarily. I think we're going to hold on there. I'm not sure we should have. Dilyavatra playing a little bit weirdly now. Knight b1 with the idea of knight c3 is a really deep maneuver. It's obviously a bit slow, but I guess he has his points. Maybe I should sack a pawn with a4 before he has time to prevent it. It's not really forced though. Pawn takes pawn would like equalize the structure. Put us in a kind of weird situation. This ending should be okay for black. And now I have rook e5. We lost one bad game so far, and the rest are going pretty well. I got ousted in the opening with the Scandinavian. Now what I don't want to do is trade queens, I guess now. Where does this queen have? It has several squares, so c4 makes a lot of sense. Ooh, better be careful though. Bishop a3, I was expecting knight a3. No, it's like Morphe. I mean, this is looking at Steinitz games yesterday. It's over, right? Knight f3 check. It's not necessarily over because this thing. It's, oh man, I could get killed. Knight f3 check, pawn takes pawn, queen g5 check. No, wait, his pawns and stuff get in the way. Knight f3 check, pawn takes queen g5, king h1, queen f4. Oh man. Queen takes c6 check. And I don't have a good square to move my... No, I could play king d8. And on queen takes a8 check, king d7, he runs out of moves. Oh, that's just evil. Let's make sure. Knight f3 check, pawn takes queen g5 check, king h1, queen f4, queen takes c6 check, king d8. And then queen takes a8 check, king d7. He doesn't have any moves. I think that works. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. I mean, well, I mean, at the very least, we can just hack the pawn on h2. This is kind of a tough recapture with the knight. Looks tempting with the with the pawn. Looks good. I don't want to get in like vicious time pressure. Generally, I take this. And World Loser should be fine here. I mean, he's not really worse. Now I'm in an awkward pin. Pawn takes. Black could castle queenside even there. I know Soltigo doesn't really care that he's down a piece. He's kind of a wild player. Pawn takes f4. Or pawn takes e4. This has got to be over. Well, pawn takes f4, rook takes f4, and then he's got this pawn takes f5 idea. It doesn't matter though. Okay, I think he's lost here. I missed this move. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Let's see. Bishop check. Then bishop f3. This could be kind of torturous. This pawn is very important for me. Okay, we've got a good game here. More or less. a5, a4 is possible, but not necessary. Yes, he had to play that. Now, queen h5. Unfortunately, this stupid pawn is hanging all the time. So I should just castle and be done with it. Okay, now his queen can be attacked again with bishop here, which is basically fatal. Well, anyway, it should be fatal. Oh, his rook's just hanging with check. Okay, that's a little better. It would be good to notice things like that. Sometimes I'm not looking for tactics, so I overlook really obvious, like one move threats. Yeah, Divyavatra likes to play experimentally against me. I think he's, he likes to have fun. Rook a8, he's capable of playing much more correctly than he is in this game. I don't know if alcohol is involved, but I've played some pretty experimental things under the influence of a few beers, or maybe a lot of beers. Rook a8, but it is Sunday night, so I don't know if people are doing that. Alright, Max Blunder, pretty solid here. We've got a great center, but I don't know how to convert this to an edge. We need to like slowly improve our position. This pawn is going to hang. I can't play bishop e3. Nowhere good to put my knight. at the moment. That's very irritating. At least it was fun. You didn't lose yet, but you will, most likely. At least it was fun. 95. I don't know. I'm running out of time there. Now, check, bishop d5. Well, we've got a strong pass pawn of our own right. I mean, in our own right. But I mean, there are scenarios where I could lose. He wants to play like king c3. Queen e5, g3, queen h5. Actually, queen e3, queen e5, g3, queen f5. Looks pretty fatal. So, yeah, as far as this game goes, I have an interesting idea, but just afraid something bad will go wrong with it. Yeah, but I mean, the thing about bishop e4, he plays queen c3. This is like going to be a technical ending. And in this, I was afraid of king b6, actually. King b6, the idea of c3, king takes c3, king c5. GRSA, we're still in the opening here. You know, that's a very sort of common position. Okay, now passively played by Max Blunder. Although the knight's badly placed on c6, I'm not sure, you know, he has to back off there. But okay, maybe it's not bad, actually. He's coming out here now. He's pretty advanced. Maneuvering. We don't know how strong he is. 1600 is based on just 20 games. 1700 in chess 960 I think is pretty good. Chess 960 is generally harder than normal chess, I would say. So I'm a little concerned about this. As we do get in time pressure. Queen h5. h4, queen f5, or queen g4. King g2. That's the problem. Knight takes g4 check, king h2, knight f3 check, king g2, and I'm like not making progress. It's a bit of an issue. We need like more force. f5, rook f6, etc. What's happening here? Looks like white's losing material. Xerox is high rated though. He's 2087. I'm very skeptical about this. It looks like knight b4 is just good. There doesn't seem to be a forced mate. No way to get a forced mate here. He's just walking over here. The Borg. It's a kind of weird game. I was thinking about a5, a4 earlier. And it's not a bad move. Structurally, it's good. How do I finish him off? We just do g5, right? I mean, this is a situation where the correct thing is like the first thing that every beginner would do. It looks like. Bishop d3. Take, 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 take. Take, g5, king b5, h5, king takes a5. h5, g4, king moves g3. Let's see, we take everything. He plays g5, king b5, h5, king takes a5, g4, king b5, h4, a5, g3 takes h3, a6, h2. That's not good. There are some scenarios where we could lose in this king and pawn endgame. If we were to play h4, how would the calculations change? That would just favor him. Although I could go like g5, take, take, bishop take, 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 king there, g4, king there, g3, king there, king takes, king takes. You know, I think this is actually okay for me. Maybe not, though. We probably should have taken the pawn right away. Alright, anyway, we all make mistakes. a4, we're still in our book. I was expecting bishop b5. We all make mistakes, right? Oh no, I think I made another one. Interesting ending here. Yes, queen c3, I gotta be careful where I move my knight, not to get mated. We could play queen b4, just like trading pieces. But the problem is he's threatening knight d2. And I knew this going in, and I still didn't do anything about it. We have knight e8. For whatever that's worth. Knight e8, knight e5 in my face. And, well, that's complicated. 98, 95, take, 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 take. I don't know what to do here. I wanted to give you a win. Don't like it when the final. I don't like when the final result is positive. You were helping me. You're not supposed to tell anyone. Dubiabatra. He's a good sport. Alright, man, I think I messed this up. How about the ending? Alright, this, speaking of endings, this ending should be better for me. He doesn't have anything on the d-file. I've got the f4 square. His h-pawn is kind of weak. I'm just letting him have the d-file there. He is defending. Right, now I take on c4. Obviously. Or a loser with queen c1. So I like Black's game though. We've got him really tied down. A lot of space. Okay, this was the problem. Maybe a very serious one. Wrong color rook pawn. The wrong color rook pawn should be fairly significant. It's a short diagonal. Now, I don't know what to do here. We're losing a pawn there. We should end this game as quickly as possible to save time. In my future games, auto queen is turned on. Now we can lock it up. We have other options too. I really don't know. Maybe just bishop d7 actually. Looks fine. There's nothing he can do. Famous last words. Now king f2, I guess. This looks very, very dangerous for black. Yeah, I was afraid of g5 undermining my center. Will we trade twice and play queen e5? That's kind of scary, actually. This could go horribly wrong for me. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. Alright, almost made a mouse slip. Now this is getting really tough. I thought I was going to draw this easily, but I feel like it should still be a draw. There's not enough pawns left on the board. I'm not sure what the technique is, though. Mate in one. Alright, thank you for the game. Now queen takes d4, bishop e3. So I don't think we should mess around with that. Just save our bishop for later. Now he's managed to avoid getting mated. A3. Once I had a game with I think I had a game with our beloved friend Oligas on ICC where he let me do A3 and I just did like knight takes B3 and promoted a new queen down the A file. But I don't think that's going to quite work here. It is interesting though, this is very, very close to my game with Oligas. I mean, we do A3, he goes B3, we chop, he takes, we just take back on B3, threatening A2. Take, A3. I mean, it's sort of hard to resist this. This would be a fatal mistake, probably. Alright, yeah, this is a recommended move, GRSA. Richard Palliser in Play 1 D4. It's a book. My opponent offers a draw. No, thank you. I don't think I want to draw here. We are slightly better in that position. I don't know about this one though. This may be a draw. More weaknesses. Man, this is scary for black. It's tempting to just go with the same plan I did in the other game, you know, with g5, g4 in this case. But, you know, he goes rook h8 and then it's sort of hard to break through. Bishop g5. This has got to be good for white somehow. But I am getting kind of low on time. Bishop g5, f6, knight takes d6, queen takes d6. Yeah, this actually looks interesting. I'm getting low on time there. So as far as this game goes, I'm not sure. Now a4 certainly looks fine. It's not threatening anything. Well, taking my pawn. Queen e5 takes f4, bishop e4. I don't have time to calculate. I'm just gonna play by intuition. Now knight f4. Actually, g4 looks pretty good. So g4, we got the h file. I think white is lost here. Pawn is going to fall to Viavatra d3. Did you guys see what happened to Magnus Carlsen against Boo? Boo is a good word for it. Boo. Not pretty. We go here. And then the question is, how does black make progress in that ending? Max blunder. Played absolutely amazingly. Knight h2. What do I do here? Knight g5. Doesn't look right. You're up a piece. Up a piece for 2 pawns. Okay, it's not trivial, not totally trivial. It is trivial, but okay. Rook b8 now. That looks really bad for white. Switching diagonals. This is a deadly invasion. I hope it's fast enough. What? World loser played bishop d2. Okay. Now I can play pawn takes b2, bishop takes, and then take his queen. If I had anything better. Queen c3, knight d2. You could play bishop back to c6 as well. Really sure what it does. It's probably not a bad move. Or is it? I don't think it's a bad move. We're running out of time. That's the problem. What happened? Knight d2? Maybe I should keep the pieces on the board here. I'm not really sure. Crazy endgame against don't do it. And then we blundered here. Oh my god. I think it's a blunder. I was looking at this, but didn't sense the danger. And Lord Jesus Christ came up with a defense just when it looked like it was impossible. I think I made a mistake. Wouldn't be something new, right? What happens if d6? Could that actually be a mistake? Not sure. Alright, time pressure is rearing its ugly head here for the first time. Check him out of position. Right. So I managed to make this far more complicated than I needed to. Now this is going to be a draw. The Xerox is actually playing pretty decently when you get down to it here. Alright. Yeah. I messed this up. I could even lose, potentially. In the square of the pawn. Total craziness. Alright, I'm just running out of time there, unfortunately. White sacking a pawn here, which is a pretty creative solution. GRSA 1300. That's impressive. I don't know what to do. All right. Next plan. Should probably watch my e7 pawn there. What happened? Take, 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 king takes. Oh my god, what is going on? Can't believe I'm gonna lose this game. Just wins by force. Alright. Suddenly I've got to be very careful in this one. Counterplay. No tactics, nothing. Tactics never work. You guys know that? Ingenious pawn sacrifice. All right. Rook h8. Oh my god. Now Divyavatra started trying. Is that what's going on here? What happened? a6. Okay. f3. Maybe h4 first. Knight takes a4. We need to really tie him down. Speaking of tying down, don't do it as 32 minutes now. It's not much time usage. Okay, a4 is a good move here for sure. Now I'm barely hanging on in this game, it looks like. Maybe I have f5. Nope. Too dangerous. f6. Rook f8. Okay, that was not the move I meant to play. Wonderful. Thank you, lichess, for another mouse slip. Can always count on it. Alright. Don't like the way lichess lets you implement moves from 3 hours ago that you didn't intend to play. But it does happen. Alright, so here we're just like playing positionally, I guess. Good eye, he saw that. Rook a5. Get our pawn back, hopefully. If I haven't miscalculated something. Now what's going on? Knight d5. I'm happy to see that. Yeah, another good move. Max Blinder is just playing stronger and stronger in this game. f4 check now. It's pretty unpleasant, but it gives up the e4 square. We're probably okay there. Yes, wonderful. The most beautiful game ever against him, and I found a way to mess it up. There are going to be a lot of losses at the end here, sadly. How in the world could I mess up this game is sort of hard for me to understand. Oh wow, that's weird. D6 check? I should take, I guess. No time to calculate. 6 minutes, and now I'm like losing against the Vijavatra. Up the exchange and a pawn, and I'm losing. Seems a little excessive. For tactics, there are no tactics in this game, strangely enough. Now A4, and I may not be lost in this one, which is reassuring. Gotta be careful here. Knight F6. That's okay. Much better ending for white. I'll take it with little time left. Speaking of pawns, now I'm just up the exchange still, and I feel like I'm worse. An amazing game. Can never actually attack anything. He's trading queens, trying to trade queens. Alright. Rook to the third, winning a pawn. Very good ending here for me. Not a good situation here, but what do we got? We're losing our extra stuff back there. I guess this should be a draw. I might have even been in trouble if he had played that differently. Let's see. Queen A5, King G7. Yeah, we're just gonna build up. I thought I was winning a pawn. Darn. Alright, never mind. What's up, guys? Little Pingwing, Divivatra, Mubat. Mubat, what's up? H5. Get a little space there. Wow, what a move. He played E4. Amazing. That's a problem. We have a problem. Rook A7, I guess. I hope that's okay. Is that okay with you? Man, we got a really nice endgame here. And a good one here too. Still not easy to win, but could play G5. Probably not enough. He can't undouble his pawn. I guess this is just a draw. Rook C2. We're better here against him. Wow, this looks really good. But he may hold on. I'm gonna offer a draw to don't do it again. I think this is a draw. But I don't know what was going on earlier, to be honest. I have no idea. It was very weird and complicated. Complicated. That's what it sounds like I just said. G5, that looks good. Here we're better, but it's possibly... I wouldn't want to play this against a computer, world loser. Against me you might be safe, but... King F3, it's so annoying. There's nothing I can do here. King F7, he just keeps plugging away. No, we're gonna try to massage World Loser a little bit. This is my favorite kind of situation, man. Nothing to lose. Alright, rook takes rook. I didn't really want to trade rooks against Nefedov, but c'est la vie. The rooks come off there in that other one, I'm not sure. Whoa. Let's not make another mouse slip. I lost one really bad game today. Alright. If I give up the exchange, will you stop and leave me alone? I was like winning that game big time earlier. Alright. What happened? Queen d7. Now it's looking like I've got total control. Or loser played what? Bishop g2. Okay, so wonder what I should do. G5? G5. Let's torture him for as long as possible, and then we'll decide on a plan of action. Xerox may be in trouble. A simple position. This guy is bothering me. You're bothering me. You're bothering me, son. What would Magnus do here? He would love this position. Magnus would just be in heaven here. In this spot. No joke. Alright. How much does Magnus Carlsen love endgames? And torturing people in kind of sterile positions. I almost forgot to recapture. Yeah, World Loser. Well, I'm not going to let you just get off the hook that easily. We're going to have to try something. Maybe G5 first. Or H4. Here against Max Blunder, my advantage is kind of dissipated. I thought I had a really big advantage earlier, but sort of negated it to some extent. Man, we are in good shape here. Looks like we're winning. This game is pretty disturbing. Is there any in-between move? Would you like to play an in-between move, sir? This is bad news for me. I have to take with the rook. Let's say play queen b1 check. Maybe that's not a stupid move. It's not a stupid move. Alright. World Loser. Trying to massage him a little bit here. Bishop d4. The problem is if I do bishop d4, he's gonna like check me. Maybe king g7, just kind of hanging out, waiting to see what's gonna happen. Okay, rook exchange. I'm a little worried about this rook exchange. It might not be enough. Could play rook c5. That's definitely of interest. What happened now? a4. Brother. Right, and now rook down. Something's got to give there. Dude, GRSA, that's just not really a good situation to offer a draw. I mean, you're just getting like squeezed here. That's the second draw for 2. Now here, that's unfortunate. I don't know, I didn't want that to happen, but we'll trade pawns. Now rook takes. And double. Another draw from Nefedov, but I'm in charge here, man. I mean, you've got 3 pawn islands and I have 2. There's no doubt this is better for black. No, I'm not sure. All right. More space. Traded queens. And now our loser is waiting. Waiting for me to do something. Knight d3. f4 was played. Might be a blunder. Feels like a blunder. Allowing knight g4. Okay, now at least I didn't let him trade queens. Which would have been like game over immediately. Against Soltigo, I totally up to screwed. As is the case here. Okay, well, maybe I should try to come up with a plan. Like rook g1. Attacking some things. You're attacking something too. Rook b3. Very good ending. Now rook h8 is a kind of threat in that game. b5 is impossible. e5. This might not be bad. The H file combined with various threats here. He didn't take the pawn, he played b5. Did I miss something? I must have missed something. Alright. And I can't believe I can't win material here, yeah. Oh, he's got a threat? No. Well, he does have a threat to go to the file. And I can't cross over, which is very irritating. No, there's no threat. Okay. What the hell is going on here? What the heck is going on there? Knight d7. And that's it. I hope. Okay, save a dog. Well, it's not like it's game over, but Magnus is happy with that position. Maybe we can continue to avoid the exchange of rooks a little while, but perhaps not inevitably. Rook takes. Yes, yes, this is really irritating. Okay. I can't believe I can't take this pawn. It's freaking unbelievable. Freaking unbelievable. G5? If I take the pawn, he plays rook c1. It's like ridiculous. I mean, how am I going to get rid of him there? I just don't think I can take it. Alright. I don't know that I'm winning here, but at least we have a chance. Maybe it's not very realistic. Alright, 4 minutes and counting. What happened? Better pawn structure. Well, I guess basically nothing special. Should I play b4? I don't know. Alright, this is winning. Xerox is holding on, and I can't play my king to the center. It's just crazy. King f6 isn't what I want to do. g5. Isn't enough. Alright, we'll reset, I guess. Reset and try again a different way. Rook a6 was just played. Rook f4, g5. I was a little afraid of this, but, you know. Get some counterplay. b5. Speaking of Magnus. Now he has like 3 connected passed pawns. Every move that Dilyavatra plays is like a, I don't know, it almost feels like part of a poem or something. It's all been like prepared in advance. What a coordination. I'm just in a world of hurt there against Soltigo. He's playing b4, no b4. 92. We're better here. I need to find a way to make progress, though. It's kind of irritating. Sometimes it just takes a long time. Are my pawns not worth anything to you? This is crazy. I'm gonna lose? Or what about check? Play a check. It might be check, it might be mate. We're gonna win this. King f8. Actually, b2 looks really... ba3. Then the pawn's actually hanging. That's good. Never mind. Alright. Just slowly try to squeeze these endings out. Nefedov's doing a good job, though. You know, he's hanging on. Try something different there. Okay, guys, this Simul's supposed to be over in like half an hour. We still got 7 games left. I didn't get slaughtered quite the way I have in the past weeks. Rook b3. He's very close to the precipice here. I still can't find a way to break through. And there's still defense here for this guy too, Max Blunder. New opponent. Hanging tough. Gotta be kidding me. I did not see this move. But what do I do? Oh, I can't let him in. G4. Kind of like G4. I don't know why. Getting low on time. You just missed bishop b6. You probably had a ton of good moves in this tournament. Or simul. Now my rook is like ridiculous, okay? Should have just traded rooks. We've got bishop g5 here. Rook b1 check. Bring the king toward the center. Very hard for white to do anything. Yeah. Now, you know, it's some sort of perverse Zugzwang. My God. That should end it quickly. Now against Nefedov, it's a little tricky. He might be okay there. Defending in advance. Not so easy for me to make progress. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Kind of going nowhere here. I could play f5, but it doesn't really work. I mean, he's just taking on g5 there. Okay, I'm getting a little bit too low on the clock. Some situations. Okay, this is a win. Threatening rook e4. Cannot allow that. And, you know, against Nefedov, he's starting to pin me now. Pin me now. All right. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I mean, honestly, such a weird game. My pawn needs to run, but he's got b6. I don't know. I'm probably losing, I would guess. This plan didn't work out too well. Bishop d1. We've made some improvements in this game. Now we need to execute the minority attack. Okay, we're just winning. This one, amazing defense by Xerox, I have to say. When he's still in the game there. What happened to a3? That's actually probably a bad move. You could just go here. Make your life even more difficult. Now this move. Queen d5 check was played. Right, that's perfect. Just what I was looking for. More or less. Okay, that's over. So, World Loser, I've never really seen anything quite like this before, I have to say. It's sort of insane. Absolute middle games looks wow. I really didn't expect to be winning that game. I thought I just had pressure, and but it was so easy at the end. Just improve our position slowly. He's played this move. Alright, maybe I don't have to do anything fancy there, just play the ending. Xerox probably holding there in his game. Winning a pawn. Yeah, now's a good question. I guess I shouldn't trade rooks in this position. He's got a bad bishop. Dude, I don't know what's up with GRSA, but he's not very sportsmanlike. Okay, no offering draws when you're like down a queen. Or offering 3 draws a game. Technical ending, I'm probably losing that bishop against knight. Bishop takes d5 loses for me, so... I do have knight f4. Dropping e7, probably not a good idea. Therefore, by process of elimination, I found the right move. Now my rook looks a little stupid, but maybe not. Yeah, poor World Loser. No moves to make. And he's going to have to sack the bishop. I mean, there's nothing else to do. Now we induced f5. Really should be the difference between a draw and a winning position here, I would think. No, he's threatening bishop g3. I'm very, very in trouble again. Very, very in trouble. In very much trouble. In that other game. No draws. Bishop e3 was played. Well, let's go. Okay, the time got a little bit out of control here. Speed it up a bit. It's made in 2. That will help. Bishop d8. I think he should play a b3 there, preemptively. Interesting moment. The break finally happens. This is a very strong bishop. All right, g5. Whoa. Okay. Bishop b7. That's my bishop trapped. Just try to keep it simple. Right. Now finally I win a pawn. Are you kidding me? Like rook there. I have rook a4. Maybe the king goes first. b6, h3. My knight needs to get into the game. Poor knight. World loser running out of moves. Domination. Domination station. What happened? Whoa, okay. That's not a good exchange for me. I'm gonna lose that. H3 was played. Oh, I have to take that first. Let's see. I have a bishop takes d5. Whoa, another unbelievable move, which I did not foresee. Amazing defense. Lord Jesus Christ, also super fast play. Just when I'm in time pressure. This one I totally messed up. So I'm probably going to lose there. Yeah, you guys are so fast. It's like ridiculous. Okay, he's just kind of paralyzed here. I think we can just wait. Right. Must take here. What happened now? b4, right. Okay, rook here. We take, better rook ending against Max Blunder, who's been very impressive in this game. You know, what I thought was going to be a random opponent turned out to be really strong. A lot of guys getting in time pressure, but here, oh, I almost lost something. Almost. Okay, a5. Right, bishop c5. g5, h5. Rook h5. Rook a5. Nixer. It's made my life kind of difficult. What I thought was optically a crushing game hasn't been easy at all. Now he found another defense, did Mr. Nefedov. Yet another defense. I don't know. We're just going to play by intuition. Man, I thought it was over, but he found another move. Oh my god. That's funny. Right. Whoa. I mean, honestly, everything looks good there. Threatening rook f7. This is a really weird ending. I mean, it may be a draw. I'm not sure. It may be lost. I can't remember the last time I had this. I guess it's like lost or something. Not really sure. This looks like a very good chance for me to win that rook ending. We should be winning against World Loser. Somehow. 2 connected pass pawns. Damn it. Finding defenses. Max Plunder exchange there. I didn't think he would do that. Sure about that ending. Tie him down. So if our loser gives away his rook with check, you know, it's like a dead draw. But I think we've got him here. Maybe just b4. Not sure about this. It seems like we have enough space to maybe hold on in this. Alright, improve the king. So d4. We just keep marching. Well, I need to take this, I guess. I could play a5 as well. It looks strong. Here, h5 is coming. Lord Jesus Christ, making my life difficult. Yeah, this is a technical ending. I mean, this may be winning for me. It's a really good question. But maybe I shouldn't let him reach the optimal position there. Takes. Takes, check is a problem. King f5. But I didn't mess that up. But I have knight check and knight c2. e4. Check and knight b2. Oh man, that's close. Knight check, knight b2. c5, king d5, c6. a4. No idea what's going on. Logical. Jesus Christ. How did he find that? Alright. We may be losing that ending. That's gonna really hurt. Speaking of losing endings, I was so much better in this game earlier. What if I grab the file? Yeah, world loser. Now like the end is nigh. H5 at some point. This is lost. I can't believe I lost that game after the fantastic crushing mate I had in the opening for sure. He said he was trying to let me win. Now I could take here and probably be winning. Yeah. But that should be good enough. No sense being fancy. I have to admit I totally overlooked this move. I could have played rook a4. I'm gonna like puke in a minute. Oh, this is a serious mistake I made. Dude, I'm gonna lose this. Okay, Nixer dropped a piece. Now we're in a very, very awkward situation here. Thank you for the game, world loser. Is there still a chance to draw? Thank you guys for watching. He's defending, as it were. Still chances to win, I guess. G4 check. Okay, now if I play as actively as I can, you should be able to pick up the double H pawns and just win there against Save a Dog. Two bishops in full force. This game I should have played rook a4 when I could have. It would have made a lot of difference. Would have helped me quite a bit to do that. We still have chances. The better structure. The blockade would be maybe better a further rank up. Well, I probably would have been winning a pawn immediately if I had played rook a4. I was trying. You missed mate. U10 mate theme tactics. This is what he's talking about me. Okay, now if I take the pawn, you attack my pawn, and it's a draw. That is a problem. So we can do this. Now I can play rook b4 and get my pawn after all. Passive move by Max Blunder. And this one, well, I guess the easiest would be g3 has to be winning. Famous last words. Alright, I'm just going to take this simpler. Now Soltigo, of course, found some kind of perverse study-like night trap. This is gonna work, it's not gonna work. I'm living in a fantasy world. Or am I? Well, that's crazy. I might as well try something before I lose on time. I made some inaccuracies there. Whoa. Whoa, no. Speaking of inaccuracies. Alright. Please let this still be a draw. We got 4 games left. This one we're winning. Divyavatra might be a draw, but it might be lost. Here, obviously, we're in really good shape. Get the F4 square under control, Kramnik style. Two connected pass pawns. Long simul today, guys. All chess players are crazy. Does seem that way, doesn't it? Okay, now we got this hit on the a6 pawn. We get our king to f4, which seems like really good chances to win. We just play here. Problem is, okay, I can play rook d1 first. Probably wins. No, even that doesn't win. It's not that easy to win this. It should be winning though. I'm just running out of time here. Yeah, actually, this move. Possibly some... What happened? Oh, you're giving me the pawn. You can't defend it, so I'll go here first. Right? Well, he knows how to make progress there. The best move. Now we take this guy. Or we check. Can we check him away and play like knight c7? Check him and play knight c7. And then take the pawn. Guess. How many did we lose so far? Two connect pass pawns, the theme of the day today. We have a message. I'm sorry, I was neglecting a message there. Thank you for the message. You guys, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the show. I also accept donations via PayPal. Particularly now that we're taking subscribers for the Twitch stream, if you enjoy the YouTube channel that I do make, you can consider donating for that. King F4. Okay, now we go back. I think I'm lost. Safe assumption. Alright guys, I don't know if the stream is still looking good because my stream on my end, I wasn't watching, but it looks like it's out. We're going to be streaming tomorrow morning, Monday morning. I'm going to lose this game to Soltigo, who was just busted with an unsound piece sacrifice earlier. But he got away with it. Xerox is going to lose. Couldn't find a defense, really, I guess. I thought maybe there was some... What just happened? Bishop d6, now he goes bishop c7. Okay. No stalemates. Now this is pretty trivial. Now threatening bishop d7. f3 check. I think we're running out of moves. Yeah, Lord Jesus Christ is apparently falling apart here. Which pawn is better? Because it doesn't really matter. Okay, good game, Soltigo. You win. Save a dog, still hanging on somehow. I'm not really happy with my technique on this one. Definitely there were better ways to do that. But, alright, this ought to be winning. One way or another, he's going to lose one of those pawns. Too many pawns. Too many pawns on the wrong squares. I hope this is some sort of perverse draw, but I don't think so. No way to draw this. Those pawns are pretty good. Rook c4. Should be the simplest. We'll temporarily have to give up our good king position. One of our longest simuls? Well, I don't think so. It's, yeah, Soltigo, it was a great game, other than the opening where I think that piece sacrifice was way too over the top. But anyway, a win is a win. No, it was a good game, other than the fact that that piece sacrifice probably wasn't good. But after that, you know, it was funny because I saw Rook G3 all along. I mean, it was like kind of his only hope. But I didn't see he could do the sacrifice the way he did it. Vatra, what's going on? He's spending his time here. What is this, some kind of theoretical draw? I'm lucky. I mean, if it was any further down, I would be hosed. This is probably not the best defense. Save a dog. Where am I going now? 95, and we're centralized. Easy win against Xerox. F2, and the pawn is unstoppable. A lot of endgames today, which is good. So I can play endgames quickly with a lot of experience. If you play players who played a lot, you know, typically they're strong in the endgame because they do have a lot of experience. And I think endgame is largely experiential. Okay, how can I do this? Want to get there. Want to get there. Okay. Keep the pawns united. Where was his knight on c3? Alright. It's like impossible for him to make progress. My famous last words. Queen. Just a couple of endgames left. At least I had a normal score today. I was threatening rook takes pawn, but he saw it. Unfortunately. So I think here I should just go back and start checking him again. Or maybe not. There he actually has d6. Wait, d6, d6, check, king d5, check, king e6. That's a good way to lose, actually. So I probably need to wait. One waiting move. My plan is knight e3. I played this move in the disturbingly fast. He played it disturbingly fast speed. This king move. He's got a lot of time too. I just check, check, check. However, I can play king c5 now. That looks pretty good. Except for the fact that it loses to c7. Or does it? I don't think it loses. Okay. A check. Another check. I can get out of this, luckily. I didn't really calculate that. Okay, he's kind of getting far away from his pawns. Check. He has a trick now. King f5, rook takes. King d6 makes sense. Check. What am I talking about, king d6? Yeah, it's another trick with that move. Maybe rook h6. I don't know what to do. Getting confused. That's me getting confused. I mean, bishop d7. One pawn is all we need there. Zeitgeist movement. Why not rook d4? I wish I knew. And this is annoying. We gotta be able to win this somehow. Maybe playing A4 is the secret. I should have seen that already. No, not G4. I think he has chances to survive there. I should probably keep this in reserve. But if I play A4, I'll create this passed B pawn that should basically probably win. Now he can't defend both pawns. Save a dog. Eat a human. Alright, save a dog, thank you. Divyavatra. Yeah. Fortunately. Lord Jesus Christ now lost a second pawn, so that's basically trivial. I don't know if he had a draw in that game. I mean, he obviously had a lot of play, so I don't think it was a very clean win by me. But we're going to win. We're down to our last game, essentially. I meant, why not rook g4? Oh, in the game. Okay, I thought you were talking about g4 here. Yeah, that's the big question. Which move? My last move was like I was about to flag. Why not rook g4? Well, he can pretty much go anywhere. I mean, he'll play like king f5. If I play rook takes, he plays c7, I can't stop the pawn. I'm going to end up with like rook against queen there. With my rook on d4, rook g4, king f5, rook takes d4, c7, rook takes d5 check, I don't know, king e6 or whatever. If that makes, does that seem right? I hope I'm not wrong. It looks like it was a trick. Okay, we won this one, so thank you for the game, Lord Jesus Christ. We're down to the last one. I have no idea what the score is. I think I've only lost like 2 or 3 games, which is not bad. I was struggling the last couple of simuls. I don't like this. I don't like the look of this. It looks like he's too well coordinated. I think he's too well coordinated. Okay, check. I have to keep my rook at a distance. I may have already missed a clear draw though. I mean, maybe rook g4 wasn't the mistake, wasn't the move, but there was probably a better move at some point. Because I overlooked a really basic trap earlier. I forget which position. But now I'm basically on the brink of defeat. The brink of disaster. I don't know how close I can let those pawns get without, you know, disaster striking here. Divyavatra just went out for a smoke or something. He's got 7 minutes. I lost the one game to I'm a Kitty right out of the opening. I lost against Soltigo. And the other loss escapes me at the moment. I wish I could take that and simply draw. Now he's threatening c7, and I'm in a really bad shape here. I think this is... I think this is just lost for me. I don't really have a better idea than getting some more distance for my rook. But he gets in there. I start checking him. Can't move my king. Maybe we're gonna just lose here. Keep him tied down to the d5 pawn for a moment. I'm not sure how much that helps me, to be honest, but it probably can't hurt. He's gonna play c7, then king b7. I don't know. He's got a lot of time too. Most of the early game wanted to resign. Said Soltigo. Sacrificed a piece, and it was pretty unsound, but anything can happen. I mean, I was only, you had 2 pawns for a piece, so I needed to be a little more careful. My instinct tells me I should be lost here, but I guess theoretically, you know, it feels like if I can't stop the pawns from getting this far, how am I going to stop them from getting to the back rank? I don't actually know this ending. I mean, I've seen examples of this ending where it's a draw, but I guess it depends on how far advanced the pawns are. It feels like I made a mistake to let his pawns get as far as they did. I made a miscalculation at one point when he got to advance like c4 with check, actually right in the beginning. Right in the beginning of the endgame, this was the position where if we go back here, like straight off the bat I make a mistake. I guess I have to play like king c6. Maybe it doesn't matter so much actually. Well, it's got to be better to play king c6 here. I mean, I just basically gave him a tempo for nothing when I played king d5 and he played c4 check. So, you know, this is a very serious error that gives him an extra move. I'm not sure if it would have made a difference, but, you know. Now his pawns are on the 6th rank and 5th rank and 6th rank. Guys, tomorrow morning I'm going to be streaming Blitz and Classical Chess here on lichess. I appreciate your donations to support the stream on my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. And you guys are awesome for subscribing. Divya Vatra is a subscriber. You don't have to be a master to subscribe. We've got at least a good result today. Maybe it's a sign I'm recovering from my jet lag, which I use as a built-in excuse, even though it's been like 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks since I arrived back in Europe. Even Magnus Carlsen can lose. Okay. Oh, this is another game where I was, you know, it was like a joke, the opening. I thought he was trying to lose on purpose, but I didn't checkmate him. And then he played like a genius. It's kind of the same with Soltigo. Both these guys were toasted out of the opening, but hung in there and played really well in the second half. Get master status. An arena FIDE master. FIDE Arena. Anything interesting happened in today's World Cup games? I didn't have a chance to see. Actually, yeah, I mean, I should have seen actually. All right, what is going on now? You're threatening knight d7 check. That's bad for me. And you stopped. So first I've got to check you to d7 and then try to find a defense. But it looks like it's possible. If I check you, you have to go to d7. Obviously knight e6 is no progress. Then I can play like rook f6 or something, which doesn't really help. Rook h5. It could work. Yeah, but once the pawn gets to d6, he's on the verge of winning. I do have rook h8. Rook h8, knight e6, rook check. Then what happens? He goes to like c8. Things are going to get super weird. He always has more time. I have the feeling I'm losing. Madlikov won against Aronian. Wow. And it's 1-1. The first game was so lopsided in Aronian's favor. What happened with Carlsen? Did he even the score? What about Carlsen? Well, Solti sometimes the engine doesn't see over the horizon. I mean, many times in endgames, the computer says like +3, but it's a draw. That's actually pretty common. Carlsen lost 1.5, a half. He couldn't go down in flames. He couldn't afford to like lose his rating points. It'd be really painful to lose like 2 full rating points, however many points it is, to boo. Magnus is done. The beauty of the knockout tournament. Okay. How come you're the one that has more time here? You're the one that's been doing all the thinking lately. When will your time run out? We started, this is like the longest simul ever. I did start like 15 minutes late, but still, it's basically 3 hours and maybe tied for the longest. This game, not the longest in terms of moves. Any other upsets? I saw Wesley So was winning the first game. He probably went through. Yeah, I didn't think it would be like a player like Boo who would take out Carlsen. I thought it would be he would, you know, get knocked out actually like by one of the stronger players at some point. But you never know. Could be some weird lines here. D6, rook takes knight, C7. No, that would be a draw. 4 minutes. Giri almost lost, but he somehow. Ivanchuk beat Kramnik. Oh my god. I mean, not that it's like really surprising, just I'm sort of disappointed. Kramnik is my man. He's much more stable than Ivanchuk. So, but Ivanchuk's super talented. He could easily win the tournament. We know that. Maybe Ivanchuk has a better chance. He has these sort of, you know, Ivanchuk's very streaky, so when he starts to have a really good event, he just dominates. And Kramnik is more steady. Maybe the streaky style is better for this format. You know, maybe Ivanchuk would be a better chance, actually. Rating doesn't matter. Rating doesn't mean anything. Come on. Alright. He's got knight e7. This is a brilliant move. I think that's it, folks. I think that's all she wrote. With that coordination, I just can't stop him. Knight on e7, he found the perfect formation. The formation with the knight on e7. I just don't see how this could possibly be held. With the knight on e7, how the heck can I possibly hold? There's like no checks or anything. I'm about to lose on time. No, I don't think this can be saved. I mean, this looks lost. But maybe it's a loss all the way. I'm not sure about this ending. Just don't see the point here. Alright. Wait, Svidler won against Onishuk today, and that's not right, is it? Oh, okay. They had a draw yesterday. For some reason, I didn't realize that. There's no way. It doesn't matter what I do, I guess. Just over. Even a child could win this position for white. Totally trivial. That's it, man. That's the thing, the pieces had to be coordinated, you know. All of his pieces are together in formation. There's just no tricks ever. Good game. Alright, man, good game. I'm curious about that ending. You know, like if we get the table base fired up here. It's a table base win. At what point? You know, was c4 a decisive mistake by me? It doesn't matter, even? Yeah, it's a draw. Holy crap. It's a draw. King c6. It's still a draw. 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 He wasn't making any progress. And now this was even that looked like a lame move. Still a draw. Yeah, I mean king d6 is the most logical move there. It's still a draw. Holy crap. Now I have to play only moves. Still a draw. Oh my god. Now I have to play only move, rook f6, and this is losing. So, that's how close it is. Only move, rook f6. It looks really scary. Knight e6, rook f5, only move. Which looks crazy. c7, rook takes pawn, check. King c8, and that's obviously a draw now. Now, like, everything draws. So that's interesting. You know, it is a draw, but I have to be very precise here. I think I let it get a little too close. Here, maybe like rook h1. I mean, I don't like rook h6 so much. I did play rook h1, knight f8. Yeah, now there's only one move. That's a pretty tough margin to find that. Here, I guess, rook f6, only move. I had the feeling I might be lost. I was afraid I might be lost anyway. The pawns were too far down, but we'll have to look at this ending a little more carefully. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. with Blitz and Classical Chess on lichess.org. Thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. The final score in my favor for once. Lately, it's not been good. 21 wins, 1 draw, and 4 losses. Not too many draws. We're fighting, so it's cool. You just screw up the tactics, the middle game. It happens. Alright, guys. Thank you for the game. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.